Oh yeah, I see it live on
Yeah.
Facebook.
Okay,
Yay!
We're
fantastic.
live.
So, like I said, Nikki used to do this for me and I, so I have to like go to another area to like play around. But finally, so I'm going to say welcome you guys and welcome to the people that was waiting for us to come on live, and even if the people that's not watching now, it stays out on my timeline, for forever. So like if you have a friend that wants to see it now, if you text them and they can go to Alpha Omega Anderson's timeline, they can see it right now if you want someone to see it. And even like tomorrow or anytime in the future, it's still there. So you guys will be able to watch it from now on. Because I like the first one I did 5 months ago is still on there. So thank you guys for accepting the invitation to be on. And it was nice talking to some of you guys last week. It was a great conversation I had with you guys to know more about you guys' history. And I watched all the videos that I put up. I really liked the videos. Some of them I had trouble trying to like put them on. Like I think Drew, I had the one that I have of Drew's, that the one you walking through the street, I couldn't put that on for some reason. It was like you have it like a private type of video, so I couldn't mess with it. So, but I put the other ones on that you had. So what I'm going to do right now, since we took a little time for me to take care of some little operation things, I'm going to introduce the guests, right? First, I'm going to introduce Bill. I discussed Bill the other day. He's one of my best friends. It's like I have like 4 best friends out of since I've been in California, and Scooby was my first best friend, and from day one, me being on from Soul Train on to now. So and we're still just as close as we were then, even though we live in 2 different states. And then I met Bill. Bill was working at a place called the Palace, that I had the Palace Dancers. And he also was a manager for a store. But he then became a regional manager. Then he became too big for his head. He became really well known. And now he's into space stuff. And that's Bill. And I talked about him, how he met his wife and stuff, how I introduced them and stuff like that. If he ever decides when he goes on to talk, if you want to talk about that, that's up to him. But Bill is a big, him and Pacquiao are really close. He's actually, after the day when he finished, he's going to his mom's house in Beverly Hills today. So they've known each other for a long time. So and he's been to the Philippines with his wife and stuff like that. So he's part of you guys' family. So and plus he's a dancer. He's a great dancer. He's more a business person, but he's a great dancer though. That's for sure. Bill did a little everything, more like breakdance. And then we're gonna move to everyone that they know Damita Jo. If you don't know who Damita Jo is, Damita, if you ever watch the beginning of Soul Train and stuff like that, and you see this young lady dancing with James Brown, and stuff like that, that's Damita. And she actually danced with Joe Tex, I think was the first one that she danced with. And she, the first contest that was on Soul Train, her and Don won, because they were really good friends. Don and Damita was partners quite a bit, and then her and Scooby went on the contest as well. So she's been around a long
Damita!
Yay, girl power.
And she's created some of the dance steps that you guys do, like the stop and go that you do, the guitar, that you guys do, and a bunch of other little.
Which way?
Wow.
Yeah. Could you just tell? Yeah. Just tell them on. And then Scooby Doo Doo. I'm quite sure you guys know who Scooby is. The Scooby Walk, the Scooby Doo, the Scooby everything. He's got about 5 or 6 different things that he created that has to do. having to do with locking as well, being the first guy to ever lock and stuff like that. So most of you guys know who Scooby is. That's for sure. So so those are the special guests. Normally, in the very beginning, it's always me. You know, I do this just because I personally love dancing, and that's my thing. I've been dancing since I was 13 years old, and
Wow.
I call myself a street dancer, but locker by trade, by profession. I'm a locker, but I'm a street dancer and stuff. So, and so a lot of you guys probably, I don't know if you started locking in the beginning, but end up locking. It's the same thing with me. I started just doing any party dance, soul dance, and then end up locking. So some of the guys that lockers, like Scooby, for example, wasn't a dancer, and Don was not a dancer, and they lock. And so when they learn, especially like when Scooby learned to dance, he learned to lock, and he's an excellent locker, of course. And now he does everything, all kinds of dance. But in the beginning, that's what he did. So I'm going to turn this over to Kristina so that Kristina could introduce everyone. And why don't you go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back, okay?
All right, sure, Alpha. I just wanted to check though if we're live on Facebook because I can't see it on your timeline.
I can't see it too.
See it? It says live on Facebook.
It says it's live, but it's not.
Yeah, but we can't see it on the timeline. So yeah. Where did Alpha go?
He went to check on something else, but he turned it over to you.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Let's
but
go,
he
host.
All right. So I think firstly, I just really wanted to thank everyone. Salamat, maraming salamat, and Merry Christmas. Thank you for coming. Alpha,
Merry Christmas.
you're back. We just wanted to check if
Kristina needs help.
yeah, because we can't find. We're trying to share the live from your page,
Oh, yeah.
but we can't find it on your page.
Yeah, we can't find it.
Yeah.
He's busy. He's back.
Hello, Alpha.
Damita, did you see it live, or you just saw it when it says live on?
It just says live on Facebook on it. It says recording.
Yeah, but it's not on Facebook, I think.
Oh, it's not on it. It just says, well, on me, it just says it's pointing out live on Facebook.
Yeah.
That just popped up.
Oh, I see.
Damita, you have Facebook?
I have it on my phone.
Oh, okay.
I see the word on the phone. Does that mean that, do I punch in or something?
Please
So I
accept our
actually
friend
have it?
requests.
You guys see it now, right?
I don't punch anything.
You know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start over, right? Because I think you guys just went live now. If you check it, you should be there now.
Okay, yeah, I can see it now.
So I'm gonna introduce all over again, but I'm gonna keep it short. It's mostly just to get you guys to know who everyone was. But I'm gonna welcome the audience to our Street Dance Roots platform this morning. We got a little technical start because my assistant, she was not here, and my partner, she does all of this stuff, and I was trying to do it myself. But first, we're going to just name off the special guest real quick, and it's Bill Montgomery, and he's a dancer, and he's one of my best friends forever, and we're roommates. We used to own a house together. It was everything. So that's how close we were. So right on, Bill, welcome to the show, Mr. Moonman. And he's all into space stuff. You can ask him anything about the space. He knows it. Seriously. He knows it.
Oh.
Matter of fact, he'll tell you that your cousin?
Yes, cousin.
Yeah, cousin was in the movie that when they were the Moon Lodge. She was one. If you saw that movie where the three ladies, where the three black ladies were.
Yeah, figure,
yeah.
the Hidden Figures.
Yeah, Hidden Figures. That was his cousin. One of the main lady on there. Well, he'll tell you about that later. I'm gonna move along, and then we're gonna say Damita. Welcome, Damita. Everyone knows Damita. She's always here. Scooby, welcome, Scooby. He's always here. Now, so now I'm gonna actually introduce our co-host, and Kristina. She's gonna co-host the show for me. She put everybody together. Thank you very much for doing that for me, and thank you guys for accepting the invitation, especially so late. I know you guys are gonna be up late. I appreciate it, and I'll make it up to you guys if I ever come to the Philippines. It's all on, yeah, it'd be great. And
we'll take care of you,
look me up, and I'll take you guys around. If you ever come to LA, just everyone knows that if you come to LA, I'll show you around. Okay, we'll get you guys set up and stuff. I'm only disappointed that we only have one lady, but she's a lovely young lady. That,
Girl
I know you
power.
have more than one lady locker in the Philippines, but that's okay.
I'm working on it. We're working on that.
All right, it's all yours, young lady.
Thank you, Alpha. Thank you, Damita, Bill, and Scooby. So I also really want to thank everyone for coming here. Many of us are pretty nervous because we're meeting you for the first time for some of the guys, right? Yeah. So firstly, I just wanted to say, don't be nervous. Like everyone here, this is a safe space for everyone.
Yeah. Safe.
Yeah, and we're gonna work to make it a safe space for everyone. Yeah, so I'll just start with the guys I know best because they were my first teachers. So I want to introduce Ralph and Drew. So like in the Philippines, they're like one of the most like well-known duos. Like when they were both here, because Ralph now is working in China, so he's actually calling in from Beijing, right?
Oh,
hey,
really?
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, like he's really like we call him the fire because he was a b-boy and he like defies gravity, and he even had like a Campbell Lock Award when he went to the USA and joined Hip Hop International, right?
Oh.
Yeah, so you can tell more later, but I'll make the intros brief. Yeah, and Drew, his partner, is now working in Singapore, and he recently came back. So he was gone for quite some time. So it's really nice to have them here together because I really miss them both, and they were such big parts of my own locking journey. So yeah, I'll hand the floor over to Ralph and then Drew, and then move on later on. Yeah. So I think Alpha wants to know, and Damita, right? They want to know how long you've been locking and how you came into locking.
How I came to locking. Okay.
Hi
guys. Okay.
Before you start, did you so you were introduced to everyone just now, right?
Not yet. Just Ralph and Drew.
Not yet.
Okay. So what we're gonna do is, we're gonna introduce everyone first, and then we're gonna
everyone first.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So sorry about that.
It's okay. This is our family now.
Yeah. So those were my two closest brothers and teachers. So now I'm moving on to Luigi Flares. So Luigi Flares is also from the South. So like the two of them, at least in Metro Manila, we call it South. And Luigi is like one of the most deadly people you can see locking because he's really amazing. Like he's super athletic. He can do like everything. Yeah, like he can do anything with his body. Like he's crazy, and he's super powerful and super funky, and we just love him over here. And he's really young, like he's younger than me, right, Luigi? Yeah. And then sorry. I'm too hyper. I have too much energy. So
that's okay. Just they're gonna tell their story. So that'll be good. So just you can go ahead and move on to till you get all of them, all of the guys done.
All right. And then I'm moving on. So we're like from Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao. I'm not sure if you guys know like the Philippine geography, but like Ralph, Drew, Luigi, and I are from Luzon. So now that's like the northern group of islands. So now I'm going to Visayas with Abz Pajemolin. So yeah, so we only got one representative right now from the Visayas group of islands. So Abz actually is super passionate about locking also. And I think in Visayas, he's the leader there, leading the locking and the funk community over there. So
Yes.
it's really good that he's here with us so he can share about how it's like in their area. And then we have Jack or Jaron Manolo and Jhonnald Gonazles, who are both from Mindanao, right? Yeah, and they're really leaders in their community too. And I think the reason why the lockers and the dancers in their teams are super good is because of how they were able to really enrich and really teach and hand over like locking and funk to the young ones in their area. So we're very so thank you guys for coming here because like they really did so much for locking in
Thank you for
their
having
own
us.
respective communities. Yeah.
My pleasure. I'm glad to have you guys. Anyone else left? Is that it?
I think that's it. So
Okay,
yeah.
what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna in a second I'm gonna have you go ahead and start with whichever person you would like to start with. But first I want Bill to because everyone knows Damita and Scooby and they'll say things back and forth and you guys can ask them questions. But first I want Bill to say a couple of words but he knew I was doing the Philippines and he's he wanted he definitely could wanted to be a part of this. This is good. This is good. So Bill, you can go ahead and
Okay.
tell your history.
All right. So how are you guys doing? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could hear
Okay,
you.
great.
Yep.
Yeah. So like I said, me and Alpha, we met at a nightclub, the Palace. And the Palace, if you guys haven't been there, it was kind of like if you heard of Studio 54, or the Palace was like the place to be. And Alpha was the choreographer, and so many powerful dancers came through there. And so we met. We started hanging out because I used to dance too. I was in the military, and I was a breaker. I used to break dance, spin on my head, and all that stuff. And then when I came to Hollywood, we met Alpha and so on and so on. So anyways, moving forward, Alpha actually introduced me to my wife, Filipino, because Alpha knew I liked Asians, but specifically Filipinos and Filipinos. And so he was the one who introduced me to my wife, and it was just great. We had a big wedding and everything. So, he's my best friend, and we did so many nightclubs and dancing. And I mean, the time that we had, unbelievable. I mean, I still remember like it was yesterday. And then what happened is we worked together at Circuit City. I hired him, and then he got into electronics. And Alpha's always been in the cars, just so you know. He's a big car guy too, and I'm a car guy. So cars, dancing, the nightclub scene, it's been great. And then I moved into I'll just tell you what happened. I found out that my cousin is Katherine Johnson. She's she passed away in February of last year, and she was 101 years old. And she was the one who helped us get to the moon and back. So she's quite famous. She's like one of the only people that got a President Freedom Medal from two different presidents, Obama and Trump. So and she worked for NASA for 34 years. So she connected me up with NASA. And there's a delay, huh?
Yeah, you can't if you have Facebook on, you have to turn Facebook off. You can't have Facebook on, or you can turn it down.
Oh yeah, that's
the delay.
Yeah, that's not. I don't have it on. That's probably somebody else. But I'll just keep going. There's no delay.
Do
Okay,
anyone
so
have a Facebook on?
Somebody got a Facebook.
well, they probably just have to mute
Yeah,
their.
that's all. Just mute your Facebook. If you're watching Facebook, just mute
Yeah.
it. All right.
Okay,
Thank you.
yeah, we're good now. Okay, so moving on. So Manny Pacquiao. Okay, so I've been to the Philippines about 7 times. I know how to get from point A to point B to Manila, and the hometown where my ex-wife is Zambales over by Subic. You guys know Subic Bay?
Zambales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
We
I
have
love it.
really
I
nice
love it over
beaches.
there.
Yeah.
Nice beaches and everything, and I want to take Alpha over there because
Yeah.
I
You
kind
can
of
surf there.
yeah, I kind of know my way around, and it's really cool. I love Filipino people. It's almost like the black and brown stick around. The chicken adobo, all the foods. It's great. Okay, so I wore something for you guys. I'm not sure if can you guys see the
Wow.
Wow.
Hey!
Manny Pacquiao.
yeah. So yeah, so Manny, I'm not sure if you guys, met him, but he's really nice and he really cares about the kids, and
Yep.
I'm a high school teacher and I like the kids too, especially in high school. And I actually did an interview with Manny. I can put some stuff in the chat, the link, so that way you guys can look at it later. And I'm also trying to get more information into the Philippines about space, because I'm not sure if you guys know, but the Philippines launched a campaign with space too. They're trying to do some stuff there, and they're going to be doing some stuff in the Clark Air Force Base. They're going to be making all kinds of different things there, and they're working on the infrastructure, but they really don't have it, and so I can help them out. I want to help them. And not even charge them for this information and technology I have, because I really have, straight from NASA direct. So like Alpha said, you guys can ask me some questions. I can tell you and help your country. So that's pretty much, me. And have you guys ever heard of STEM or STEAM? It's something that is called science, technology, engineering, and math. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
heard about it.
Yeah, and some people bring the A in for like arts, and so dance is a art form, okay, and it's also technical too. You have to do technical moves. So I can help you guys in Alpha with this STEAM, not just STEM, because the arts, it should be in there, especially with the young kids. They really need to learn how to dance and do something, because these kids all day long are just on those, I call them pocket computers. I don't even call them cell phones.
That's true.
It's a little bit too much, and it's causing problems. So I think what you guys are doing with the dance, it's really needed right now. But it needs to be taught. And you great teachers, I'm really fascinated that Alpha's been able to do this, because I know it's a lot of work, and Alpha's so passionate about it that you guys got a great leader, and I'm just looking to support you guys, because I told Alpha, I want you to be the first one to do your kick the Alpha on the moon. So,
I know that's what he was doing.
but he laughs, but a lot of it is connections, okay? And the connections that I have right now at NASA, I'm blessed to have, because a lot of people they don't have those connections. So the bloodline, because of my cousin, I'm kind of in there. So I'll be working with you guys, and I'm not going to take up too much of your time. If you guys have any questions, just let me know, and I'll put some stuff in the chat. I'll put my email, and then I'll put the link to me and Manny on the interview when he was in LA. So thank you guys. Thank you for having me. I love the Philippines, and I want to work with you guys.
Yes.
Yeah, when
Let's have a
Bill,
concert on the moon.
yeah, when Bill said, well, yeah, you should do the first Alpha on the moon. I said,
That's right.
not me. I said, well, I'll teach the astronaut to do it.
Yeah.
He can do it once we get there. Okay, so I just wanted to take care of that. So now, Christine,
Yeah, so
it's
we
your
can start
show.
with our Filipino guests. So we can start maybe with Ralph first, and then Drew, and then Luigi. So in the order that I introduce you guys, if that's okay. And then
Okay.
Abz, Jaron, and Jhonnald. So just to clarify also, like there are a lot of other lockers in the Philippines, but I really wanted to make sure like we represented like the different areas. Like I said, Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao. So yeah, so thank you guys for coming, and you have 6 minutes, like Damita said, to share your story.
6 to 8 minutes.
Six or maybe less.
Yeah. Someone's gonna stop. Like I tell Demita, I'm not gonna stop you. No
No, you're
matter
not gonna stop, but I
won't stop.
will.
Yeah, but because I
Okay.
think that I know that 6 minutes is not enough to tell your life
Right.
story about dance, but just do the best you
Yep.
can. Okay, so
Okay.
Timer starts now by Damita.
No.
okay,
Okay, first.
first person.
Oh yeah, me. It's Ralph. Hi
Okay.
guys. My name
Hi
is
there.
Ralph, aka The Fire, Deflock. I don't know how to start, but I started dancing since I was 6 years old, copying Michael Jackson because I really love his stuff, you know. and and then maybe like 2004, I started training like b-boy. So I was a b-boy, and I'm still doing it. But then
What
then
age
me
were
and
you,
Drew,
Ralph,
uh,
when you started?
when
b-boy? Yeah,
b-boy,
2004.
I don't know, maybe 2003 or 4, 2003 or
How
4.
old
Yeah.
were you?
Wait, maybe like
Kailan ka ba pinanganak?
wait, I'm 1988. I hate math, you know.
That's okay. I told you I'm that age.
So yeah, 88. Yeah. Okay. Maybe like 14 or 15.
You're
Anyway.
16.
Yeah, maybe. And then
You can
me
make it.
and Drew like we started watching because me and Drew are colleagues in college. Yeah, we're like friends there, and so we started like watching Hilty and Bosch, I think, right, Drew?
Yeah.
Because their moves was so fancy that time, especially the Red Bull BC1 performance, and we're kind of like, wow, that's so cool. And we start actually at first we're just copying them or something, right, Drew? Yeah, that's how we started. I think that's like 2008 or 9. Yeah, maybe, I think. So that's when I started locking. Yeah, with Drew Bermudo. Yeah, I
Okay.
think. Yep. Right. Yeah, I think that's it.
So what are you dancing now or teaching?
Now, I'm teaching now here in Beijing, China. Yeah, so I'm
Well,
a hip
out of the
hop
blue,
teacher.
did you start out of the blue? You just love the dance?
Yep, out
Saw
of the
it?
blue. But yeah, because when I started, like what I said, when I was 6, I think, copying Michael Jackson. Since then, yeah.
Good person to copy.
Yep. Yeah, I can impersonate him.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Yep.
What
Yeah,
what
I'm
you can,
doing that.
what we'll do is because I know from doing this, you probably have a lot to say, but that's why I don't interrupt when someone's talking. I just let you
Oh
talk
yeah.
through so that you won't forget what's on your mind. So we won't interrupt you. But if you
Right.
decide
Okay.
to stop, and we'll come back later on if you
Yeah,
remember
maybe we'll
say.
just
Yeah.
come back
So
later on.
yeah, so
Yeah.
So we won't interrupt you guys. Just go ahead and talk through. So that way you don't
Yep.
lose
Okay.
train of thought. Okay. So it'll be more comfortable, I think, for you guys. Alrighty. So next,
All right. All right. So next is Drew. I think my partner. Yep. What up?
Yes. Hi, hello guys. It's really nice and so honored to meet you guys, the
Yep.
legendary lovers, and it's finally I'm so
Yep.
overwhelmed.
Yep.
So I'm very happy. I'm
And
talking about
nervous.
nervous, but but I started dancing since I was little, and I don't remember when because started dancing, and then um, I started as a street dancer. Like we just started dancing to like through along in our neighbor or just in our village. We're having like a local like competition against with other neighbors. So I started as a dancer like that, and then coming to school, I became like one of the dancers there also for in high school, and then I also competed against Ralph school in high school. If you remember that. And then that's how I actually met Ralph. And then we competed against him. And then in college we met. We went to the same school, and we are in the same cheerleading team. We weren't in the same hip hop group because in our school we didn't have any hip hop group or any team. So we
right.
joined this cheerleading team in school, and then after that, we started a hip hop crew through our from our cheerleading team, and then we started our own hip hop crew. And then me and Ralph, 2009, um, we were like, oh man, when we first saw actually Go-Go Brothers or Hilton Bosch, I didn't really have an idea like who created it, or we just actually I saw a video of them dancing, and then we started copying them and impersonating them sometimes and doing their routines. And after that we studied locking. We watched copied or learned every like foundations and learn the history, and then that's how we finally knew about Don Campbell and the rest of the the legendary lockers. And after that we started like battling and doing a lot of shows together. And we did a lot of shows together. He's been my duo since then. And um after the competition we started, we also had like our own group, like a hip hop group. So we also represent locking dance when we compete. So and then now
Alpha,
yeah. Mhm.
Alpha, I like to ask them a couple questions.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Can you guys tell me, have you ever went out to see like Tony Gogo or Don Campbell or invited somebody else who's dancing from a different country to see
Yes.
them?
Mhm. Actually, we went to HHI 2013
Oh,
to
okay.
compete
Okay.
as a
Yep.
crew, and then we met Don there, and then that's the time when Ralph got the award from Don as a like yeah, and
Envelope.
then
Yeah.
and
Campbell
then
of
when I
Award.
went
Yeah.
and then we met Don there, and then Tony we met. I
Tony
also met
Gogo also,
we met also
and
Tony there,
Tony. Yeah.
Tony Basil.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
And and then I
Great,
met
great.
the Gogo brothers as well in Hilton Bosch when I came to Japan, and then I saw Tony Gogo there as well. We even went to his bar in Japan in Fukuoka. It's called the Gogo Brothers Bar. It
Oh,
was
really?
really chill there,
That's
really
cool.
nice there. But we met them, and it was really really like it feels like we're so starstruck. You know, and we can't really
Yep.
like we're so like can't believe that we met him. So
Well, let me
yeah.
ask you a question. Okay, now, you know about locking, right?
Yes.
So, have you ever heard back then when you started? Have you heard of this step alpha? Did you hear about that?
Alpha. The move.
Yeah.
Yes, back then.
We
When
did
back
we
then,
didn't
nope.
yeah
Back then,
we
nope.
didn't
Nope.
yeah we didn't know about the name. It's called Alpha, but we used to do it when
Yep.
we were a kid because it's like a b-boy
Yeah.
move, or we saw it in TV. A
Yeah.
lot of people do
Oh
it.
yeah, yeah.
So we
Yeah.
we know already about the step, but we didn't know that it was like also a part of a locking step also.
Move
So
and
yeah.
upgraded it. We didn't know about that.
Mhm. But yeah,
Okay.
Just eventually.
yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
A lot of b-boys did the step.
Yeah.
They also,
Yep.
I created a corkscrew as well that spin down.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
They did that
Whoa.
to b-boys too. Yeah, so they did that.
Whoa.
Yeah, so I was a floor guy. Like I tell everyone,
My
if
God.
I would have came to California, if I would have went to New York first, I would have been a b-boy in New York. But I went to California, so I ended up being a locker. I
Yeah.
love the floor.
That's
That's what I'm
why.
known for, is being, a power moves.
Wow.
But
Wow.
good question, Scooby.
Thank you so much.
You're quite welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you. If you have any questions for yourself, or when you guys finish, you can ask. Otherwise,
Yep.
we can
Okay.
move on, and you can still come back later on and ask a question. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Christina,
Who's
you're
next?
next.
Who's next?
Yeah, I was actually wondering if I should have also shared my journey, but
Oh,
we
yeah.
can go with the boys
Sure.
first.
No, you will. You will. You can say, you can start your journey right now if you want to talk. This is your
No,
show.
it's okay.
So you can say it whenever you want.
Save the best for last for the last one.
Yeah.
No, I
Whenever you
wanna
feel like.
hear from the boys actually, because
Okay.
I talked to you already before, so
No, but
we
still,
should.
we want to hear you though.
Okay.
Tell us about you right now, then. Come, please.
Okay. I'll make it very quick. But I think the
Good for
difference,
you.
because maybe like for me it was kind of different. Because I think many people, they started locking because of how it looked like it looked cool, right? So people wanted to copy it. But I think for me, in my case, it was really the music. Like when I heard funk music first in b-boy battles, it just really made me want to like get up and dance and like show stuff, like be, because I thought back then like people who battled were really cool, like they had so much fire and courage, like showcasing and freestyling on the floor in front of so many people. So I said I wanted to do that, but I didn't know if I could do like b-boy. So when I saw people do locking, I said like the spirit of it really calls to me, because I felt like I'm not like how different dances have their own like culture, right? And their own like vibe when they're dancing.
Yep.
So I just felt like funk music and locking was really more like my own personality also. So that's when I started looking for people who can teach it. And I actually first learned how to do popping, because when I joined the funk class, they taught popping. And then Ralph substituted. So when he substituted for my teacher, then I learned how to do locking because he taught locking. And then from that on, I met other lockers, and they really helped me learn because here I think in Asia, it was popularized. So they were called the basic five. Like usually that's what people call foundations here. So usually that's the lock, the muscle man or the up lock, the point, the twirl. Yeah, so like those were like some of the things that they taught me. And then just going around, meeting other dancers, and doing a cipher, like a jam with them. That's how I learned. So yeah, that's how I learned from many different teachers and the music. So now let's go on to Luigi Flares, also from the South.
Thank you.
Christina, girl power.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, you're
Go
good.
G.
Alright, thank you so much for this opportunity. So, I started dancing when I was a kid. I was this kid, shy and quiet, but yeah. My mother would tell me, imitate your father because my father danced, but when he gets drunk, so, I would imitate my father. Then, the next thing I know, I was dancing in grade school. I wouldn't miss a dance event. I would join cultural dances every year. Then I got to high school. I joined a group called Clip Style. So we dance in barangays. What we call this barangays, barangayans. So barangayans is like dance competition with other places. Then we would just like dance like techno or like a choreo like we saw on YouTube. So yeah, that's where I started. Then after that, I started locking when I go to college. So um, ah, there was this dance group in our school called the Navigators. So the way they create a dance piece is through styles like crump, hip hop, b-boy, locking, popping. So I was so amazed when I watched them perform. So I auditioned, then I prepared a choreo that I saw from YouTube. Then I got in. Then the first thing that I studied was b-boy because our leader was a b-boy and I was so fascinated by their athleticism and creativity. So yeah, I studied b-boy. Then I got tired because it was so hard for me. I was this thin kid, no muscles, no everything. Then uh one time our seniors taught us locking piece. I didn't know that was locking. So after that, I enjoyed the dance, but I really didn't know the what is called. Then I asked my senior what is called. Then he told me that it is locking. So I searched it on YouTube. Um, then the first thing I saw was Hilti and Bosch. So it was they were dancing with the music intro. It was with the drum beats.
Drums.
So I was so really amazed, and I saw athleticism, sharpness. Then they're dancing like in b-boy. So I researched. Uh, I thought that I might have found the dance that would fit me. So I tried to invest on my locking. Um, Me and my battle partner, Aljun Esclito, he was my first mentor and my partner, the battle partner. So shout out to you. We started researching about locking, the history, the foundations who created, who who are the people that contributed making this dance. So yeah, um, so from history to foundations, um,
Take your time.
Fine.
so
Take your time, Billy.
okay. So yeah, so moving on, we started going to clubs. Like I don't know, I was like 17 that time, and I would tell the bouncer that I'm 18 just to go into the club. I remember that the club was Ottoville. It was near the school of Kuya Andrew and Kuya Ralph. It was so there um I would just dance the I would just dance to the music, then um insert a set that I saw from YouTube. But the outcome would be me being out off beat of the music. So I studied locking, I trained, then um later on I saw Pilak on YouTube. Then I studied his locking on how he insert his set, his power moves on every of his dance. So yeah, back to training, and I always ask my crewmates on how did my locking look, on how can I improve my locking, on how can I be on beat, because it really was my problem, being on beat. Starting from like 2013 to 2014, I was offbeat. I really don't know how to play with the music. So yeah, I studied. So me and my crewmates would just go to jams like Bilog Nights held in South. It was held by Philippine All Stars, which Pia Andrew and Pia Ralph were part of. Then uh, there we started to know about battles, about um, outside sessions, outside dance concert. So there's this one time na Philippine All Stars held a dance concert, fundraising concert for HHI 2013. It was my first time going to a dance concert, and it was my first time seeing Kuya Andrew and Kuya Ralph dance. So from there, I was so inspired. I was so amazed that I dreamed that I want to be like them. I want to perform on a big stage. I want to entertain people through dancing. Then uh then okay, sorry. Sorry, I'm mental block ako, sorry.
Okay.
Okay lang. Pwede
So,
ko
Christina,
i-translate kung gusto mo
Listen.
mag-Tagalog.
Okay.
So I'm
Okay,
telling
okay,
him
it's
if he
okay.
wants to speak in Tagalog, he can, and I can just translate.
Translate.
And can you ask him how old is he now?
I'm
He
23.
understand.
20 what?
Uh,
What?
22?
22.
23.
3.
Oh,
23.
23.
He's
I think he's the
23.
youngest.
When he was 17,
I started maybe I'm 16 years old. I started at 16 years old. Then yeah, moving on. So because I was so inspired by Kuya Ralph and Kuya Andrew, I trained and um if I saw a jam or a session, I would just go there. I would save up just to go to that event or what it was, or jam, just to learn, just to
Molito Day.
Mhm.
Molito days, yes. So yes, Kuya Andrew was first of my mentors in the dance community, and when it comes to locking, and next is Kuya Ralph. So they were really the biggest influence in my dance, on how I dance now, on how I understand locking. So they were really a big part. So okay. Wait.
Very good. Very.
I'm so sorry. I'm so nervous.
No.
Hey.
It's okay. I watched your video, and the one when you come through in front of the door when you first start. You have so much because you come out like a little innocent guy, and you tear it up. And then I watched when you did the on the dance floor too. You're very, all you guys are very good, and I kind of like picked out, like I must say, and not to be prejudiced against certain dancers, but Drew was like my favorite dancer, of the Philippines. I decided. I think because he had more video to show. But he was very good. I wish you guys could see the one where he goes through the whole city showing. Made you say, okay, well, I think I'll go to the Philippines, because he shows the whole city just about, going through. But yours was very, and a lot of energy. And your splits and stuff like that, you just come right up and stuff. So
Yes.
I mean, boom, boom. So I've been a guy that loves power moves. You did a lot of them. So I'm trying to help you out to where you're not going.
Alpha.
So be proud. Be very proud of yourself. Very, very proud.
Yes.
Hey, listen, I'll let you ask you a question.
Okay.
You said in the beginning you had a problem trying to keep on time, or keeping time, right?
Yes.
How did you overcome that?
I overcome that by asking the people around me, the people I battle, the judge, on how do they listen to music. Then there's this guy that taught me that the music changes every 4/8. It's either the music adds up a instrument, or it takes away another instrument. And his name is Stephen Lopez. So yeah, that way, just by asking, I learned. Did I answer the question?
Okay, well, listen, I want to tell you, to overcome that is the same thing what Don Campbell in the beginning had to overcome, because everybody thinks that Don Campbell created the lock first, and it's not. The first thing he had to overcome, because he had 2 left feet, he had to keep on time. So he created that step, or he put that move into his dancing, keeping time. So that keeping time is the first thing that he did out of doing locking, is keeping time. So how did he overcome that? Well, that is a question you can probably ask me later, but that is very important that you did. To overcome that is that's number 1 in locking.
That's not.
And you don't, trust me, you don't have that problem anymore. I've watched you dance. You don't have keeping time problems. That's for sure. And if you guys not aware, the keeping time is, like, I'm quite sure you guys know what that is. Okay, next. Good job, very good.
Yeah. Could I keep move on? Guys, I really have
Minute is over.
I really have
Time's up now.
Nice,
Time's
there's
up.
notes.
You
Go,
can
Luigi.
hold on to it. You can talk more when we come back. Don't feel bad.
Oh yeah.
know, you can probably try to remember it better. It's okay. There's no rush here. I'm not going to rush you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
So, good,
good.
Luigi? Yeah. Okay. So next we'll go to Visayas with Abz Pajemolin.
Let's go.
Hi, Abs.
Hello, good evening, and good morning there in LA and US.
So
That
there.
abs.
Yeah, hi, my name is Abs. I'm from Iloilo. This is the center of the Philippines. So basically, Visayas is in the middle of the archipelago. I started my dance journey when I was in grade 5. I first hated dance because I first learned ballet. I thought it was in our culture. If you do ballet, they said that it's for girls only, and it's only for gay people. So I was that young and I haven't understand the dance yet. Yeah, I continued. I first enjoyed dancing when in our time. Well, basically in the Visayas, we don't have lots of videos or any people that we could base our dances. So we usually watch a TV show in our home. It's called Itbulaga. We saw the group name called Street Boys. That's the time that I was inspired to do street dance. Um, yeah, I was around grade 5. Yeah, grade 5, grade around that time. So when I first learned a street dance move, it was the alpha kick. So it was a alpha's move. In yeah, in our province, we don't know the name alpha kick yet. So we named it as a tic tac. So it was just a made up name in our province. So yeah, we copied this dance group, like their backflips or all of their athleticism, because at that time it was the in or the fad in that time. So we tried to copy all of those moves, and we when I was in high school, I started joining competitions. It was like Luigi's area. We call those dance competitions in our province as disco derbies. Like we're dancing into techno music. Well, we weren't really informed at that time, so we just do choreographies, dancing on techno music and other stuffs. And yeah, the first time that I've been into the street dance culture or the hip hop culture is around that 2000, yeah, 2004, I think. Yeah, same with Ralph, Drew, and Luigi. I started breaking or b-boying. Um, I was in a group called Was in Dancing. Shout out to the Wasada Boys. Yeah, that was the time that I've learned legit b-boying culture. And yeah, in 2007, we battled in Bacolod. It was named B-Boy Fest, and we've competed with the Critical Breakdown crew. Yeah, Digimon crew. Yeah, it was on the area of Critical Breakdown. Shout out to Critical Breakdown crew. And in 2008, we also joined a national competition. It's called um, Fubu Hip Hop Challenge. It's under the For Us By Us um, competition. We were the only b-boy crew who joined on that competition. And yeah, there's a lot of really great crews in Manila. So it was one of our journey that we tried to invest on the hip hop culture. And I think the moving point of my locking career is when we joined Hip Hop Internationals in the Philippines. Yeah, also a member of iDance crew. Yeah, shout out to iDance. Um, there's four of us from Wasin Dancing who created or yeah built the iDance, which means Ilo dance, because this is the name of our city. And when I saw the event on Manila, April 2014, because we've ranked to join for the nationals. Um, when I saw the locking competition, that's the time that I was inspired to push on locking. Yeah, I saw Ralph the Fire. He's really a great guy. That's the first time that I saw locking in live, and I said that I will pursue locking. So I invested locking since 2014 up until now, and it was my also one of the highlights in my career when I have joined a Camp Lock. Um, it was an event last 2019, coordinated by Kristina James and the School of Good Luck. It was that time that I realized that locking is a different perspective in learning the culture. Um, I also battled Luigi at that time, and it was the like the hardest battle that I've encountered in my life, because I saw Luigi is a really strong battler and opponent. I was really scared at that time, but on that event, it made me realize that building a locking community in our area is also a priority, because we in our province, we don't have enough knowledge, we don't have enough people who will teach locking. So I started to create the Panay locking community, or we call Panay lockers. And we tried to gather all of the young kids, adults, or any group of ages to understand and know what is the culture of locking. And I also started the event in Iloilo, iLock, or Iloilo Lock. It's an event that we've organized in June 2019, and that's also the highlight of our locking in the history of Iloilo, to um, let the people know that locking is not just a dance, but it's a culture that we will understand. I think that's it.
Very good.
Thank you.
Damita also did ballet. Abs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw her clips
For the
together in James
ballet.
Brown.
Damita is a ballet dancer before she started
Yeah.
or speaking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Drew. That's
not
what
Drew.
I did.
Oh, yeah. And that leg way up there.
Yeah, she extends her leg and do the guitars,
Yeah.
right? Was really awesome.
Yeah. So you have ballet, and then you have a Michael Jackson with Ralph. Oh, yeah. I saw your
He's
video,
got the head,
Michael.
though.
Okay, next.
Yeah. Next we have.
I think
Yeah.
it's my turn.
Yes.
Yes.
Can you hear me,
Go
guys?
for it, Jack.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Welcome.
so yeah, thank you. First of all, I would like to thank this opportunity, and thanks for meeting you guys, the OGs, the creator of locking. So let me start with my background. So um, I started dancing locking since way back 2014, and I was like 27 years old. And yeah, 2014, and um, I started dancing locking because way in our island, Mindanao Island, the informations of dance is kind of the delay compared to the Manila, because the knowledge first come in hand in Manila. So we are kind of delayed in terms of dancing and knowledge in dancing. So yeah, I started dancing also when I was a kid, but later after I graduated in college, I graduated as a mechanical engineer. So
Wow.
it's hard to like to balance
Manage.
the passion and also the career. Yeah.
Uh,
So also we have both in commons, like Alpha and William. So we kind of like of also we I like cars too. So
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So
Fun.
so now I have a business, and we repair cars, specifically
Nice.
specializing in air conditioning system, of
Oh,
course. So yeah, let's go back to the dancing. So yeah, I started 2014, but the information or the knowledge is quite delayed. So um, I started searching on YouTube, and I Google it and starting to read about history about locking. So I read about your names on the articles, or in the
Mhm.
when I search it, like Alpha, Scoo B Doo, and Damita Jo Freeman. I also watched Soul Train, and there I saw you guys dance, and I was in love. I was in love with the dance and also to the music, because
yeah.
yeah, because it's also, I think I also inherited the kind of music of my parents, because they also listen to 80s music. Yeah. So yeah, I was in love. I was in love with it. I like the flow, the rhythm, and
Yeah.
yeah, I started loving the dance, the locking dance. So yeah, it's hard to get the information. So I search for lockers or dancers around our island. So there I met Jhonnald Gonazles, Junkie. I also call him Master because yeah,
Yeah.
because when I search some videos, I I saw him dancing locking. So aside from Janky, I'm also inspired with the duos like Ralph and Drew. They visited here like around 2015, 2014, and they showcase the locking dance, and I was in love to it. So I was inspired and motivated to do more, to learn some locking and to improve my dance. So yeah, after how many years of practicing and dancing, and um, it's hard to balance the passion and career. So I was just like coaching, training with my dancers here in the city. So um, I organized a group. I created a group which is called Fusion and Kingsmen, and also for the lovers of locking, we also created a locking tribe for just for the lockers who
Mm.
for the dancers who loves locking. And every week, or every once a week, we have a session
Session.
here in the city. Yeah. So there, after training and teaching some lockings, I started to battle from like 2014 to 2017, and so far so good. I won battles here in Mindanao Island, and also one battle in Manila, which is the HHI. Uh, yeah, so we we started to train and start to compete using the locking dance, and luckily we won competitions such as HHI and other competitions in the Philippines. And I got, because of this dance, I got to travel in the US and meet Don Campbell in HHI. And I was like for 3 years, 3 consecutive years, I we competed in the HHI, and yeah, it was a great experience for us and also for me. So yeah, until now I'm still in love with the dance. And because there's this kind of situation, we are locked in, so we just need to focus, we just need to balance our passion and our career. So if I can yeah, so in order to dance I have to balance it, so that, because locking is also dance is also uh like we it's also needs to spend or to invest. Like it also needs money to invest in, yeah, to meet and travel and to meet all you guys, all the lockers in the world. So that's my goal, yeah, to travel and meet all of you guys. So I think that's it, and I'm so happy to be part of this session. So thank you guys.
That's very
Dude,
good.
Yeah, that's very good. But
that
you know
is.
what? That one tech school. I just want to say that that's the great idea, and that's one of the reasons that I'm doing this, so that other lockers could meet you guys just by
Right.
watching you guys and get to know your personalities and know that you're actually nice people. And I grew up on a farm, so I know that rooster in the back. I used to wake up to it every morning when I was a kid.
That's Rufus Thomas.
You're the funky chicken.
I thought he was doing
Okay, Scooby, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, I was going to say something, but you still got one more person, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
One more.
Yes.
But you
Yeah,
know what?
well,
Before you go, I love that scenery that you have. Where was that? That's a nice, when you were dancing on that little platform.
Yeah.
Well, what scenery is that? It's really
Uh,
nice.
I was at the Yosemite
Oh,
Park.
oh, was that in that California?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. I
yeah,
thought
yeah, yeah,
like, wow, that looks
yeah,
like California. Because yeah.
yeah,
Right.
But I said, well, you guys have a place just like ours. Okay, that
yeah.
makes sense. That makes
hey,
sense.
After the
listen,
competition, I take a vacation and went to like beautiful places in America.
Oh,
So yeah,
oh,
you know,
did you go to Grand Canyon?
yeah, I went to Grand
Ah,
Canyon.
Yeah, beautiful, huh? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it
I
was
beautiful.
love
amazing.
personal.
Yeah, I love Kent the
Grand Canyon.
well,
Yeah,
ladies,
it's like a wallpaper.
yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
I have something to tell all of you, but I'm gonna wait to the last person, especially about what you was just saying. But I'll wait to the last person before I
Me
bring it up.
too. I'm waiting for the last person.
Okay,
Yeah, I just want to tell him something about what he was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
next.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh,
We're junkie.
hey, hello. Okay, it's my turn.
Yay.
Uh,
Master.
Master. I call him Master also because we're very close friend. He's from Davao, Jack, and I'm from Cagayan de Oro. So it's down south from the Philippines, Mindanao. All right. So first of all, I would like to thank Kristina for this opportunity and the OGs here. It's I'm so overwhelmed. It's my first time to talk with you, Kristina, and all the others here, especially from Luzon. I already met Abz. I already met Jack, but I haven't met you guys in Manila. But I already saw you there performing, but I haven't met you in person. So anyway, because you guys are such an inspiration. You are like the pillar of the dance in the Philippines.
All
Okay,
right.
so
Good.
yeah, in Manila there are a lot of good dancers, especially those four there, right there, right now. I have so much respect for them. Anyway, I started dancing when I was in kindergarten. So I think I was 5 years old. So I just we called it just modern dance here in the Philippines, especially in the province. Just simple dancing, basic steps, and I joined every dance activities in schools, in grade school. So I really loved. I don't know why I love dancing because my first teacher in dance was my brother. Uh, he's so talented in dancing. Uh, that's why I love dancing because of him. So that time in my grade school days, I joined a group, just a group. I was still in grade 5 or grade 6 at that time. Then the group grew. Then at high school, then I transferred school. Then the and when I transfer school in high school, I that was the group that was my brother formed. So that group until now is still my group. So we call that group Ecstatics. So yeah, it was created since 1999. So my brother was the founder of that group, and he was the reason why I'm dancing right now, and why I'm still here at this scene, and why I'm talking to you guys. So it was a blessing, and of course, not because of dance, I wouldn't met uh, great persons like you. So anyway, uh, like the others said that they dance in barangays competition. We we used to do that here because that is our only platform here, a platform to improve ourselves as a dancer. And we didn't know that there are a lot of styles, or what we call street dance, around the globe, and that is how that is how big the dance scene in the world. So professionally, after all the barangayans competition and intermission numbers in the schools, professionally I dance. I think that was around 2006 when we, yeah, 2006, 2007, and when we also joined competition. It's what we call the battlegrounds in Australia. So, and no, before we flew to Australia, our first big competition was in Intramuros, Manila. It was the Groove Manila. That was like a life-changing event, or life-changing dance scene for us, and for me also, because I've met amazing dancers there, especially the Philippine All Stars. There were the pillar of the dance scene in hip hop, especially hip hop or street dance in the Philippines. Then that first 2007, I saw Prince Paltoob. I don't know, and Reagan, and I don't know what they're dancing, but they're doing the twirl, they're doing the point, they're doing the Scoo B Doo, and everything. And I was so inspired, and I promised myself when I get home, and after this competition, I will learn this style. I will research what kind of this style. Until then, uh, I yeah, thanks for the internet. We have YouTube, Google, and everything. I've searched what kind of style. As what they said, we are all in common. We saw Hilty and Bosch and Go Go Brothers. Yeah, the same. And from that moment, then we flew to Australia, Then I've met some legit dancers there who are doing legit locking, or all the crazy moves of locking. Then after the competition of Australia, then we went back to Manila. After that, then that's the time I've met Prince personally. So I've asked him about about the locking style, and I consider him as my first. He didn't teach. He taught me some small basic foundation. So I consider him as also as my first teacher of locking. So he's my idol. So and that's it. So after that, I was in love with with this dance style. I've researched and learned everything, asking for someone or who knows better about this dance style. So that's it. It grew, and I learned also other dance styles. But the first street dance style that I have learned is locking, and I learned other styles eventually. So until now, I'm still dancing locking, and it's still my first love and still the best dance that I've learned for me. And also, and also I've met when I was in Japan, the last 2018, I've met Gogo Brothers and Hilti and Bosch, and I've attended their classes and also other Japanese teachers there. And it makes me more like like I'm thinking that I should not stop dancing because of what I've saw there. The people are so passionate, even though we don't understand each other, but we understand the language through dancing.
That's right.
So yeah, through dancing. So it's like it's very I'm so happy that I'm in this scene, like the dancing scene. I'm so thankful that I've met some lockers and other dancers for this kind of opportunity. So I think that's it. And yeah, thank you.
Very good.
Very good.
Very good. Yeah, I have a question. Were you inspired by James Brown by any way?
Yeah, with his music, James Brown, I feel good.
Yeah, no, because I noticed when I was watching your video, you did a lot of foot movements, like sliding to the side.
Yeah.
I thought maybe you brought a little James Brown there, a little flavor.
Yeah. I'm not athletic as the same as like Luigi and Ralph and like Drew. I'm not that athletic enough. I'm just dancing.
You know what's the most important part? That's good that you said it like that, because I always tell people that it's best to just, learn the fundamentals of locking, what Don put together and some of the original OGs from us being back there, and then do your own thing, be yourself, just do you.
Yeah.
Put yourself into it so that you won't look like, because I watch all you guys' videos, and to be honest, I didn't see not one person dancing just like the next person.
Right.
You all have different locking styles, totally. I mean, I'm serious. From each one of the videos that I saw, no one, from Kristina all the way, no one had the same locking style, but you can tell that you guys all were lockers. So you weren't rookies, is what I'm saying, that you guys actually learned it and you start like performing it in your own way. And, unless there's somebody else that hadn't come on that I saw, but none of you guys had the same style. It was very good. I enjoyed it.
Very. Even
Very
each of your stories, as I'm sitting here listening, I'm so impressed that each one of you are very, very creative. I mean, you took a dance, not the twist, not the monkey,
the jerk.
You took locking, and that's fascinating to me. That we all can talk, doesn't, like you said, it's not what you say. We all are talking through our bodies, through our movements, through our creativity. I mean, locking I listened to every one of you. You went someplace. You came out of the what you call it, a shell that you were when you were younger, and you went and you expressed yourself all in movement, and you got a chance to know each other and got a chance to spread it. That's fascinating.
No.
Even for Campbell and for Scooby, for all of us, because when we were dancing, there was nothing in our heads that would think, oh, this is it all over and everybody's gonna love it. I mean, we were definitely positive about, hoping that people will love it, but we never figured that the whole world of young kids like you guys really not just dancing, but you're exploring. You are out of your shell. I mean, I look at the guy when I remember walking into a club. He was at the wall, just looking, trying to be cute or trying to have some kind of attention. And when we start dancing, the next time we're seeing him, he's not at the wall. He's doing a little bit of power move where we're doing. And so he's coming out of his shell. And still he doesn't even talk, but he talked through the movement. And everybody just came to him, and then he started talking about the dancing. And then, my God, when we got on Soul Train, it was just amazing that we can go through many doors, and it was all because of our movements. That was the strangest, fun thing ever in life. And each one will always have with them a memory of how and what they got out of their shell, and they to even reach out to somebody. I don't care what it is, but you did it in movement. You didn't have to say a word. So that's the thing. I just love your stories.
It's great. And just to iterate on what Damita was saying, back in those days, like this, because we're older, right? We're all in our 60s. You guys are like young chickens.
Well, I'm 32.
Yeah. So it's like back in the day, we didn't get a chance to go to another country or go to even another state to learn something. Everything we learned was in LA. In LA County, we had to just go to clubs and just learn. No videos to see or none. But the best thing Damita was saying about people like even myself, that I was always a dancer. I just loved dancing, and no matter where I would dance. But even when I was getting on a school bus, I would do a corkscrew. I started doing corkscrews when I was 13 years old. Spinning up, and then so but like she said, we used to like I noticed that guys, like she said, would just sit and watch the girls, because back in the day, the girls could dance with themselves, like two girls, but guys didn't dance with two guys. That was no. We couldn't do that when we're coming up. But when locking came, guys dance, on the floor, and they don't feel weird if another guy is locking, and they can go lock. So that kind of changed the whole era of the way that people go out and dance.
Mm-hmm.
So Damita, that was pretty good. Sometimes you say things I haven't heard you say.
And I can see Scooby's face. He said, "Oh God, she's gonna talk." So it'll be 2 days before I say anything. Okay.
We teased Damita on that, because we teased her. We said, when we go to call Damita on the phone, we gotta clear our schedule.
You have to have a schedule.
About 2 hours. She'll talk. Scooby, what are you gonna say?
Yes.
Well, we're gonna wait until after they ask a couple questions. I want to hear their questions. Like one of the guys there had some questions for us.
Yeah. Like I said, Scooby loves questions, so please, do me a favor. Ask my buddy a question, because he loves questions, and I love to hear them, and I love the answers to them. So please, feel free, whoever would like to ask.
Oh yes, William, we would like to know, when can all our dancing get on the moon? Can you put all our dancing on the moon?
Bill?
I don't want somebody to step off and say, one's for, mankind. No, we want a lot.
Up there.
It starts from the basics, and I'm listening to all the guys here, and I really like what they're saying, because they're all humble, okay, and you know, they talk about teamwork, they give respect. And what NASA's doing is they're really about diversity. I mean, right now they just put up 4 different nationalities onto the space station: Japanese, American, African American, and a female. So NASA's direction is, you know, for everyone now, and so they've opened it up. And in the Philippines, actually, the president Duarte, he already has a budget to try and get the Philippines up to speed, and they really don't have the infrastructure. So I can help the Philippines in a very big way. So the dancers here, that art with STEAM is going to be in there. And I got my buddy Alpha and Scoo B Doo and Danita. You know what? I really think that something can happen big here, because, you know, we can combine it, because I do have a strong connection. And I'm going to be talking to Manny Pacquiao, you know, a lot more about this, because he might even be the next president of the Philippines.
Yay!
No, sir, I mean, sir, he's you know, he's a I think he's a senator congressman, but, you know, he sits there with the president, and he's all about trying to help the kids. And even Manny likes dancing and cars, and he's a character. He's Alpha, you will like him. He's really cool. He's hip. I mean, he plays chess and darts and basketball, and anything he can do, he likes to stay active. So it's all good.
Yep. And one last thing about Bill is Bill is a chess champion as well.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
So you know the future
like that. You know, and he's a very good thinker. You know, like so I learned a lot from Bill in my because dancing, I'm always I like to be creative, right? But at a time there was like not much work. So when I left the palace, Bill hired me at one of the locations that he was at working before he became original manager. And when I became a manager, my motto was what he had taught me. He said, work smart and not hard. And I remember that's been my motto for, I don't know, like maybe 30 years, is to work smart and not hard, because you don't have to. As long as you still going to get the same results without like having to like beat yourself. You know, so I remember that, Bill. I haven't told you that. And one thing else I did, Bill, that you don't know. One day Bill came to my job when I moved to another company, and he was with the other company.
Good guys.
Yeah, I went to what they call the good guys, and he came to lunch one day, and we were going to this restaurant, and he said, have this $2 bill. This was like at least 20 years ago. I still have that $2 bill in my wallet. So I figure I'll never go broke. I always have $2 no matter what.
Well, let me tell you something. When we go to the Philippines, you might have to use it. That's funny.
Okay, I got enough credit cards to handle it.
Yeah.
So everybody, any questions? You only get us so much time.
Yeah, are there any questions from the guys? Yeah,
yes,
Luigi.
guys. Don't you just love girls?
I have a question for Scooby.
Yes.
So, is it just you that named the moves you created?
Oh, good question.
No. The steps that I named was Scooby Walk. That's about the only thing that I named. Tony Gogo, he named Scuba. And Damita, she named the Stop and Go. But I were involved in the creation of Stop and Go, but she created it. And the other step was that I did was
The handshake.
Well, the handshakes. The beginning of the handshake was created was me coming to go over Damita's house, and this was only the beginning of the handshake.
Handshake.
Yeah, and me and another guy put to get the beginning of it together. But the Scooby bot the Scooby
What?
the Scoobot no man, excuse me. The Scooby Doo, the step,
Yeah.
Damita, she named that. So really I only named one of my steps.
Got to do Scooby Doo. Come on. And Alpha too. Let's do the Alpha. Because when Alpha came, he was a little kid coming up. And I said, what are you doing? I like that step. And he said, oh, I'm just doing my thing. And I said, oh, you going to name your thing. What's your name? And he said, Alpha. That's the Alpha.
That is true. See, I mean, for example, I did not name the Alpha. I just did it so much. And
you wouldn't put a name to it.
When no other dancer was doing it, I just did it. It was just something I did. But the corkscrew, I did name the corkscrew because it was something that I did ever since I was a kid. So I named the corkscrew.
So he was proud of that.
and the pull through, I have about 4 different little moves that I did, but mine was like on the ground and stuff like that. So, but
was that the question that he asked? Did we answer it?
Did we answer your question?
Anyone else with a question?
I have a follow-up okay.
Follow-up.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask Scooby actually how you got your name, like the Scooby Doo.
Yes.
I was about to ask that.
The cartoon?
What happened was Don Campbell, he kept saying Scooby, 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 Scooby. And I didn't understand what he was saying. And finally, this is 1970. And finally, I understood what he was saying. And he'd be looking at me when he said this. I said to myself, I think he's saying Scooby. So I named myself that. And I started telling everybody I was Scooby. My name is Scooby, Scooby Doo. So then one day I'm watching TV and I see the cartoon dog.
Yeah.
His name is Scooby Doo.
Where are you?
So I went to Don Campbell. I said, Don Campbell, I said, did you get that name from the dog? And Don Campbell says to me, well, I didn't know you were going to call yourself Scooby-Doo, but my God, I'm named after a dog.
Hey, Scooby,
why did he suddenly start calling you Scooby? Oh, sorry.
Just because the way that he's seen me trying to dance like him. Do you have to understand, I did not know how to dance. So I was sloppy when I was beginning. I'm tall, so I was really sloppy. So I probably looked like that dog, trying to look like him.
When I was on with them last week with some of the team, and they had a question, and they asked me this question, and I said, well, because they asked it about both of you guys for Damita and you, and I said, I think I will let them answer that question. So, you guys can ask Scooby that. You remember what question that was?
Yeah, I remember, Alpha.
Yeah, you can ask. They're right there.
Yeah,
I said I'm not touching it.
What question was this?
Okay, I hope it's safe. Yeah, but
in a safe zone. I won't kill you yet.
Yeah, because we hear a lot about like Damita and Scooby, like about like you guys, when we hear about locking, right, we hear a lot about how you help create moves, name them, and how you were with Don for like a lot of the period when he was just starting the locking and the locking itself, right? So I asked Alpha, how come we never got to see, like, for example, the Mita with the lockers when the lockers came out?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
want to
I
answer
kind
that
of have
question.
my
Nice.
dream. Women
Nice
have their
question.
dreams. You know, guys come into their lives and we're all happy and everything, and me dancing with the guys and everything. But I love my ballerina time. I love wanting to be in show business and everything. And so when Campbell came up with the lockers, he and Tony, they did ask me to be a part of it. But number one, I didn't want to because number one, I mean, that was his thing. That was his dream. This was my dream over here. So it's like we were together, but we both had kind of the same, but yet. So Scooby, your turn.
Okay. Oh, well, the reason why I wasn't in the group is for a
Oh.
couple reasons. But Shabadoo, Camelot Jr., Fluky Luke, and sometimes Penguin would stay at my house. But
Yeah.
Shabadoo, Camelot Jr., and Fluky Luke stayed with me for about 2 years. Now, they didn't stay with me to learn how to do locking, but that's what they did when they stayed with me. I showed them the steps that I created, and then they created their own thing. So we all danced together and we did everything together. But when the lockers came out, I know why Don Campbell and Tony Basil picked them, because they were the best out there then. But one day, Camelot Jr. said to me, how come Don Campbell did not ask you to be there in the group? And so I only thing that I could think to my head is that prior in 1971, me and Don Campbell had to argue. We got argued. We got mad at each other, but we were still friends.
Yeah, they still love each other.
But he didn't pick me at that time, not knowing that if he didn't pick me, that he could pick me later on. But he didn't pick me at first because I think he was mad at me what happened years before. So at that time, he was saying, well, I'm going to get Scoo B Doo to dance with us, but I'm going to do it, but I'm not going to do it now. I'm going to do it later. But it was too late because Damita came up to me and said, Jimmy, you want to start a group and you want to be in a group and go around the world? And I'm thinking, Damita, what are you talking about? Now, Damita's always into everything. Anything that's going to happen, Damita's going to hear it first. And next thing you know, Damita got me in a group to go around the world. And it's called Something Special. So then I never did get into locking because I think like 6 or 7 months later, she told me about the group she started, and I jumped in that one. And after that, I started going around the world, and I never did get into. I always wanted to be in the lockers, but I didn't never do it. I never got the chance to be there, but I wish I would.
And Damita, she did for me. we always tell the story because Damita is special to us. And my first professional show, because I was on Soul Train in the very beginning. I'm a beginner of Soul Train. That's where I started as well. That's where I met everyone.
But he was good.
Yeah, and I actually she got me to dance with James Brown. That was my first job. Actually, Scooby was part of the group too. And being from the country, like I said, those chickens, right? I just came from that place and I came to California. So my first job being with James Brown, I felt really, really good. And but I actually when Scooby was gone doing something special, I was with the Lockers for about 7 years after Shabadoo left and Greg and Rerun had already left earlier. Me and Deputy and a few other people, we did about 7 years of the Lockers. So we all have our history of being.
The Lockers were in our lives.
Right. But Damita, she did acting, choreographing, and she choreographed the Olympics and here in LA, and I mean she has done so much. Believe me, the girl is all those pictures in the wall. It's just like every actress and singer she's done things with. I mean, and that's just one wall.
My mother put that up. I'm sorry. I hate seeing myself. I'm working. That's why I'm facing this way and this back there, so I don't have to look at it.
So we're not new to this. We're none of us are rookies. I spent 25 years of professional dance before I moved on to something different. That is pretty much all I did is dance. And even though my style of locking was different because I was already a dancer, and I kind of like put locking into my style, and I started locking instead of like Scooby. He was a locker. That's where he started dancing as a locker. Me, I was already like the class clown as a dancer. In school, that's that little dance.
More show business world, because I
was all over the place, jumping, doing corkscrews and stuff like that. So yeah, So
I stayed in the showbiz world because I knew their world, but in show business, I mean, you do modern kind of dance, and then I just wanted to show them another style of dancing. So I fought this way.
Yeah, and when she was like, when she was a little girl, I mean, she spent most of her life as a ballet dancer, and when she met Scooby and Dunn, she was doing a big show as ballet dancer,
Opera. I was doing opera.
Oh yeah, opera dance, but still ballet. So you guys, when we hear you guys talk, and that's why I have them on. We're so proud of you guys because we've been there. We don't have to like prove to you guys if we were, who we are. But to see you guys do anything that we have done.
I mean, you're a piece of us.
I mean,
that's why I keep telling people we're gonna last forever. Because people like you guys gonna keep us going. So
like Scooby said, and I said the same thing. I didn't used to say it before, but I say it now. Scooby said, because Scooby done just about every. I didn't always just do lockers. I was doing a little everyone, but the last 2 months I've been doing lockers all over everywhere. Next week, next week is Japan. That's what we're doing next week. But Scooby would always say to the dancers that you guys are much better than what we were.
Yeah.
And I said the same thing. You guys are so much better than we were because we did what we did.
Yes.
We did what we did to win a contest, and we were in contests like at least 5 nights a week for sure. And maybe sometimes 6. I mean, we were, but we didn't have to dance as hard as you guys, but we were, but
I don't know. We sweated pretty good at the clubs.
Yeah.
Come on. Campbell always had that. Why do you think he had that?
I know, but
the handkerchief.
I don't know if you have been to as many battles, and I just a lot of, they dance for like almost a good hour back in battle.
That's
I'm
true.
going like, Scooby, you know when we used to dance, we go out for like a minute, we'll dance and okay, you won, you won, you won.
In Fat Burgers.
You guys are right. You guys are in battle. We had dance contests. You guys have battles.
Battles.
You guys.
Anyway, do they got some more questions?
Yeah.
Yes. Any more questions? Yes. Go ahead, Drew.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. For Scooby Doo, how did you actually start doing the move Scooby Doo?
Oh, good question.
Yeah.
How did I start doing the move?
That move. Yes.
The Scooby Doo?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, actually, Don Campbell created the moves. Mine were mostly steps. Okay. And even though now when you see the it's called the Scooby Doo, it's a move and a step, but it was a step that started it out, and it was on the stairs, on the steps. And a lady asked me, she said, "Hey, Jimmy, how come you keep making so much noise upstairs? You know, when I would come downstairs, I'd be dancing." And she said, "How come you always making so much noise up there?" And I said, "I'm a dancer. I like dancing." And she said, "You're a dancer?" She said, "Let me see you dance." And so where she was asking me that question, it was nothing. I can dance right there. It was steps that she was asking me. I mean, when she was asking me, I was on steps. So I did that little step. Now, if you notice Scooby Doo, you know how to do that little kick out in the beginning. That little step, I did that going backwards up the steps. And she seen me do that and she said, "Oh, yeah." And so that step that I did in front of her was the first time I ever did it. And so I kept doing it and doing it and do it. And so I did that all the time and I added the lock to it. I did the lock first and then I did that little step. So I kept doing it all the time, but I didn't realize I was doing it. And Damita said to me, "Why do you keep doing that all the time?" And I said, "Well, I like doing it." And I didn't name it. And so she said, and so Damita said, "I'm going to name that Scooby Doo because I did it so much." So that's how the name came out to be called that step, be called Scooby Doo because of Damita named it. Had Damita did not name this stuff, then we wouldn't even have this stuff. We probably wouldn't even know. The only thing that would probably be named is what Don Campbell was named.
Yes.
Damita, you know, she
Campbell lock.
at that time about what we were doing and what. Don't forget, there was only three people at that time. It was Don Campbell, myself, and Damita. There was other people there, but who was into locking was just us three. It wasn't 1,000 people like it is now. It was just us three. So, you know, when Damita said something, everybody listened. So, hey,
that's what we did. Godmother.
Yeah.
Well, you guys didn't never name anything. People will always ask. I like that step.
Done, Godfather, we got the Godmother. All right, guys. Any more questions?
Yeah.
I know we have kept you guys up enough, but we'll just do questions. We won't do any crazy talk for ourselves, but we'll answer questions.
Thank you.
ABZ.
Yeah, I'll ask a question for Miss Damita. By the way, you said that you made the move which away. That's also my favorite move. What was the first name of which away?
Okay, the which way started out with because I'm a ballerina. My leg used to go this way and that way. Then Fluky loved that step. He would try to go this way and that way, but it hurt his hip because you have to out. So he started picking up his knees higher, going up. But then see so every time we create something, we encourage everybody just to take a little bit, but create what you do from it. And so because if you look at Fluky, if you watch Soul Train, you will see him down the line doing that. But you could, if you look at his face, he's like, I'm in pain. But he started picking this because it was a song that was going really fast. Doom, dun, doom, dun, doom, dun, doom, dun, doom, dun. That's when he started to go, because he's a hyper do things. He started holding his leg up like mine, and I went, excuse me?
He's biting.
Campbell Jr. would jump over, but see, Campbell did that first, and they just copied him. I the split up to me, but it would always make me feel like I'm gonna fall. So I would stick my leg up so he can slide under me. And so that's another thing I want to tell everybody, especially the guys. Please have a girl to dance with you or anything, because it gives you a little bit more style. It gives you a chance to breathe a little bit. So therefore, please, get Kristina to be your partner. I don't care. Just be there. Do a battle with yourself, because I want the girls and the guys to appreciate what they're doing, their movements. They learn from each other. Just the guys, because you're competing. You're not competing with a woman. A woman wants to sustain everything. So therefore, that's all I'm.
Thank you.
Good job. Anyone else before we close out?
Also a follow-up last
okay.
question.
Sure.
About for the media, how did you create the stop and go?
Oh, the stop and go. I went to a modern dance class. There was a little part in the modern dance class going with this, going up, boom, bam, crash. Okay, that was a movement that was in a general class. When I started to move the feet and start using the fist, because of course ballet, you use your hand, bam, boom, you gotta get flurry. So therefore, then I got with I got with Scooby, and because we always go to the club that night, it was called the Climax. So we went there, but we would be there around 8 o'clock. Like I said, we don't have a dance studio or any place, so we would get there early. And so, bam, Campbell and a guy named Perry, they were both fought, but yet they're doing it their way too, also. So we're deciding to make it a little more stronger. And my thing was to stop and then do the guitar. And then, of course, then the switching, the two guys were getting closer and closer to me. So I just switched. And that's when they went, they switched. And I switched. And they switched. And then, of course, Scooby put in a little leg movement. That. And so, therefore, it was the stop and go. And I like stop and go because, you stop, go, bam,
go.
Yeah. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Let me add something to that.
Go ahead.
Okay. So you can understand what she is saying when she first came there and she showed it to me and
Perry.
Perry. When we seen Damita do that, at that time we did not know it was called stop and go.
Correct.
And what she was doing then, exactly right now, it didn't look like that. Me and Damita together had to work on what she showed us that night until what it is now. So there's a part called, you guys probably call it the muscle man, but it's called the prep. And
Yeah.
that prep is a beginning to what we're calling is a stop and go.
Right.
But that came from Don Campbell. But Damita made up the stop and go, and we just put it looked like a locking into it. At time it went to that. So when she showed us, it looked one way, and then at the end, after so many doing it,
changing it and all that stuff,
it looks like what it looks now of what she's created. So anyway, I just wanted to say that it didn't happen in one day.
No. Everything we did didn't happen in one day. And when we created something, it would be that week, and then almost 2 weeks later, another one be created. But it's not like what you're seeing now is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, you're doing a whole class with all the stuff that we did. We didn't have a class. We just looked at each other and we just laughed at each other, and he was sweating. What did he use? A handkerchief. Okay. In the middle, he wanted to keep dancing. Bam, boom, bam. Bam. He take his hat off. Catch it, you know? So I'm just saying, you know, slapping the table. Oh, his hands were so callous, honey. It would break a glass. Bam. It would be in pieces. Now we go, oh, Lord. And so therefore, it was always a hit. You know, that's give me 5. Sometime he'll take it away, but he'll slap himself. Honey, honey, honey. He was slapped. You can hear it.
Hey, listen, Alpha, I forgot to tell you, okay? And this is for everybody there. Next year, which is almost here, it's going to be mine. Well, right now it's mine. It's 50th anniversary. And Damita's will be in about 1 week. It'll be her 50th anniversary. So when this virus is all over, I had already planned 2 years ago, I planned to go to every country and put on a camp. In fact, here's if you can see it, I don't know if you can see it very good.
Yeah, Legendary, I see a little bit. Oh, yeah, now.
Okay.
You got a lot of muscles.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Looking good, Scooby.
Good shape, good shape, good shape.
Damita, I'm married.
I knew that from the beginning.
Anyway, so what I want to say is this. I'm going to have a camp, and I would like to bring me, Damita, and Alpha, and Tosh, all this, but it's going to be a way because of the virus out here now. But we would love to go to Manila, and we want to talk with someone. Maybe you talk with you, and explain to you how it's going to work. I already know. China and Japan has already set me up for this, but we didn't get to do it. So I'm just letting you know now, I like to bring Damita, come with me in Alpha. So I would like to bring this out.
But it's an honor to come and see you guys. Oh, wow. It would be really, really cool. And to see everybody dancing, and then I get to dance with you. Oh,
yeah.
So everybody knows the handshake,
Yeah, please.
Okay.
Goosebumps.
There you go.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for staying up. I really appreciate you guys. What time is it now there for you guys?
1 a.m.
Past 1.
1:14.
a.m. Yeah.
Yes, ours is 9:13.
So I really appreciate you guys staying up, and Kristina, thank you for putting it together for me. I really appreciate it. You're a very good host, and this is one out of many of the countries that I've done that I really didn't need an interpreter. You all speak English. Usually it goes a long time because one person had to say something, then they say it, so it's almost like double the whole thing.
Gotta go
like
back
3:30, like 3 hours.
talking 8 minutes, and then the interpreter's talking 8 minutes. That's 16 minutes in one person.
Okay, but at least I got a chance to speak with everyone in English, and it's fantastic. Now, I know you love your language, but it's good that we don't know your language, so it's good. It's good that you guys speak English as well. So thank you again, and like I said before, if any of you guys ever come to LA, please let me know, and if you want to take you anywhere, show you around, whatever. It would be my pleasure. And Scoo B,
we'll take you to Campbell Lock Street.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
And you get to see Maverick's Flat, where we used to party hardy.
Yeah.
Time to save.
Thank you, Scoo B. Thank you, Damita.
Okay. Yeah, time to save.
My friends from Philippines, I really appreciate you guys. You guys
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's an honor.
All right.
Thank you.
So we're going to say goodbye to you guys.
We love you guys.
We love you guys.
For your safety, guys.
Take care, everyone. Thank you.
And wear a
Tell the
mask.
rooster I said I got you. The rooster that was going.
Wear your mask.
How was that? Who
Love
house
you
was
guys.
the rooster?
Wear your mask.
What was the rooster? What house was the rooster? The
Oh, I
chicken.
want one, Scooby.
Kanino yung rooster?
No one wants to fess up to the rooster throwing in the back.
I want one.
I don't have a rooster here.
You don't have a rooster? No one has a rooster? Must have been a neighbor's rooster.
Somebody had a rooster. Scooby, he has a rooster because I saw his head look.
Maybe Scooby, yes, you're in your place in Florida, you have a rooster. That used to be my alarm clock. That's why I'm saying it. I know I get up at school when I hear the rooster, make that sound. All right, you guys. Thank you, Bill. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
All right, you guys. Take care.
Thank
you.
Bye.
Next week
Shout out
we'll be
to all the lockers and lockers around the world.
right on. All the lockers.
See you guys in cyberspace.
Everybody, and be safe.
See you in cyberspace.
See you.
And we're dancing up there in cyberspace.
Yes, we are. DJ,